So I gotta say, it is rare that I am shocked when it comes to Call of Duty news. I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and it's pretty rare that something comes out and I'm like, how the hell is that going to work? But here I was today, working on some drywall, my hat's covered in it, my hands are covered in paint, and all of a sudden my phone starts going off about some Call of Duty news. And I just assumed, maybe it's one of the weekly updates, something along those lines, but God no, was I wrong, because holy crap did we get some news today. Today we got some of the craziest news I have seen in Call of Duty in years, and instead of me just blabbering on, being in shock, I thought I would show you, and then we'll break it down and discuss what the heck does this mean for Call of Duty, and specifically Warzone moving forward. So this is King Kong versus Godzilla.
It wasn't until some time later that we realized the storm was coming. Something far more powerful and fearsome than anything we could ever hope to comprehend.
Holy crap. That is really all I can say to this one, because like I said, this is one of the biggest things we have seen since the launch of Warzone. When Warzone was originally launched, this was the kind of content I thought we would be seeing. More pop culture stuff, things along those lines with massive events. Now, I have to be clear when I say this. As of right now, after seeing that trailer, I have zero idea how this is going to work. The first thing I noticed when watching the trailer is things looked dark. It appears as though the caldera is getting a storm headed towards it, and I would assume that throughout the island, this is kind of more of the aesthetic that we'll actually be seeing. But that is certainly not the biggest part of the trailer, whereas the biggest part of the trailer is the big boys, Godzilla and King Kong. So the trailer starts out with King Kong being on the island, taking down a plane, and then Godzilla comes in from the ocean and they start to fight. Now, from this, your guess is as good as mine as to what is actually going to happen with this. The one option is that this fight between Godzilla and King Kong could just be going on during a battle royale match, or there could be a game mode where you have to fight against them. Maybe everyone will actually be on the same team fighting against these beasts. Another option that I have seen is that you actually get to play as King Kong or Godzilla and try to fight against each other while there's a battle royale match going on. If you take down King Kong, you become King Kong. If you take down Godzilla, you become Godzilla. And essentially, what I am telling you is all of these options are completely possible. We have no information to how this is actually going to work. Now, a couple of important dates. First of all, we have April 27th. This is the beginning of Season 3. And as far as Season 3 goes, these are called classified arms. Now, we have seen images and ideas as to what this is actually going to change in game, some maps and multiplayer, some new locations within Warzone, but the overall event called Operation Monarch is not starting until May 11th. So essentially 2 weeks after the launch of this season. Now, with this, that is when we're going to see the introduction of Kong versus Godzilla. That is the biggest thing I'm interested in and have no idea how it is going to work. Now, one important thing to note when looking at this promotional material is that it doesn't say anything about Vanguard. This is simply an operation for Warzone and Warzone alone. Like I said earlier on in the video, this is something that I was expecting to happen for a very long time for Warzone, but seasons and games and years went by with nothing like this. But it's actually happening now. The question is, how is it going to be done and how is the gameplay going to work? One thing I will say right away is these things are giant. If you look at the trailer, King Kong is well over the top of the trees, and when Godzilla comes out of the water, once again, he is absolutely massive. So in comparison to player size, these things should be towering over people. Now, again, we don't know whether these are going to be NPCs. One thing, for example, they tweeted last night about NPCs, so that would be my best guess, or whether they're actually going to be player controlled, like some events that we have seen in Fortnite. As of right now, we don't have that answer. Another thing that I find very interesting is whether or not they are somehow going to make King Kong and Godzilla canon in the Call of Duty universe. What I mean by this is they're going to be a story somehow tied into the caldera as to how these giant beasts could actually be there, and are they going to tie in the story to the Vanguard or the Warzone story, or will this just be kind of like a one-off fun sort of event? Actually good either way, but somehow this working into the story, I will say, would be pretty interesting, and I don't know how they would tie it into the World War II canon, but maybe they'll do it. Now, I scoured through the trailer to try to find any sort of information regarding any sort of thing to do with gameplay, whether you could see a character off in the distance, people shooting at each other, anything like that, but literally this trailer is just about King Kong versus Godzilla, and I must say, however they did the rendering on these characters, it looks incredibly good. I don't see any possible way that they could look this good when actually implemented into the game, but I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of questions up in the air, and over the next week or so, we should get a lot of those things answered, especially early next week. I'm guessing we're going to get some sort of blog post where we're going to be able to detail exactly what is going on here and what we have moving forward with this event. But as of right now, that is all of the information that we have. Now, I got a couple of questions for you guys. First of all, the biggest one, what do you guys think of this? Is this the kind of thing that you've been waiting for with Warzone, or do you think it's a little far-fetched? What are your opinions on this? And maybe even more importantly than that, are you on Team King Kong, or are you going to be on Team Godzilla? Let me know what your opinion is down in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to win. Let me know what you think is going to happen with this event. As of right now, your guess is just as good as mine. What I will say is I'm very excited for this. This is quite literally the biggest thing that we've ever got in Warzone, size-wise, and of course, what it is for the game. So, like I said, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, found it informative, I tried to keep it as simple and straight to the point as possible. So if you enjoyed, it is always appreciated if you hit that like button. And as always, if you're new to the channel, like what you say here, want to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty, whether that be Warzone, Vanguard, or the next ones, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this to us.